Breaking news today. Ex-commander. Wagner's forces will brutally execute any Russians they come across. On Sunday, former Russian commander Igor Girkin warned that the Wagner Group, a private military company founded by Yevgeny Prigozhin, who led a brief mutiny against the Russian Defense Ministry last month, will not hesitate to kill Russians if ordered to do so. During the ongoing war that began in February, Prigozhin rebelled against the Russian Defense Ministry on June 23 and accused the military of Russian President Vladimir Putin of attacking Wagner's positions in Ukraine. He made the claim that the military installations in the Russian city of Rostov-on-Don were under his mercenary group's control. According to one report by the British Defense Ministry from last month, the Wagner Group had control over several strategically significant security sites, including the headquarters for Russia's military operations in Ukraine. A day after Prigozhin attempted to advance with his forces into Moscow, talks with Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko, one of Putin's closest allies, led to a de-escalation of the situation. Prigozhin had previously stated that his convoys were making a U-turn and returning to their base camps. Despite the failure of the Wagner Group's uprising, Girkin wrote on his Telegram channel on Sunday that the group had perfectly demonstrated their readiness to kill their fellow citizens right and left in the future at the orders of their maniac leader, a former ally of Putin's. He wrote, slogans of the So-called mark of justice became a reference point in the continued existence of this PMC, and those forces who remained in the specified illegal armed formation under the command of Prigozhin are the same traitors to Russia as he is. Nothing has changed. The only difference is that Prigozhin's private army can no longer justifiably claim to be protecting the motherland. And its soldiers defend their employers' right to pay them to kill anyone, anywhere. Putin, meanwhile, has labeled the uprising at Wagner Group as a stab in the back, and has threatened decisive action. Putin said in a televised address, those who have organized an armed rebellion will be held accountable, without mentioning Wagner or Prigozhin by name. I implore those who have been drawn into this to immediately cease their criminal behavior. The Russian leader has assured the public that those soldiers, who went on the path of treason will be punished and will be held accountable, and that the military has been given the directives it needs to carry out the plan. After months of tension between Prigozhin and the Defense Ministry over the Russian military's performance in Ukraine, Putin eventually exiled the Wagner Group forces to Belarus following a failed revolt against Russian military leadership. Yevgeny Prigozhin, a Russian business magnate, was spotted on June 16 at a meeting in St. Petersburg. Igor Girkin, a former Russian commander, has warned that the Wagner Group, a private military company founded by Prigozhin, who last month led a brief mutiny against the Russian Defense Ministry, will not hesitate to kill Russians if ordered to do so.